pinned. Dr. Ndlovu?
Hello. I'm not so sure if you can hear me.
Yes, Dr. Ndlovu, we can hear you. Can you confirm that you can hear me speaking? I'm Sibanyoni.
Yes, Commissioner, I can hear you, but there's an echo. I'm not so sure if it's from my side or it's from your side.
Okay, it should be from your side. And then, without any waste of time, I would just like to administer the oath or an affirmation. Abakwa-Ndlovu, ugatsheni, am I correct?
Yebo, Baba Sibanyoni. Yebo, Baba.
Oh, Boyabenyathi. Right. Do you prefer an oath or an affirmation? Do you have an objection towards taking a prescribed oath?
I do not have any objection, Commissioner.
Do you swear that the evidence that you will give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If that is the case, will you please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God"?
So help me God.
Thank you very much. You may now proceed with your presentation, Dr. Ndlovu.
Ngiyabonga, Baba Sibanyoni, and greetings to Commissioner Makwetla and to the Provincial Chair, Dr. Carter, and to all the colleagues that are listening and, of course, participating in this very important, perhaps, inquiry. The right, to food, just like any other socioeconomic right, is very close to my heart. But very important is that I specialize in the rights of children, which is also very close to my heart. So ours perhaps is just a reminder with a colleague of mine, Ms. Mbolambi, about the legal and policy perspective or framework on the right to food. But of course, maybe with the context of the province, because the inquiry is more perhaps, channeled towards, perhaps within the context of the province. I just want to check also if you can see my slides, colleagues.
Yes, we can see your slide starting with introduction in South Africa, blah, blah, blah. I confirm.
All right.
We can see it.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. So as an introduction, there is that just like any other country in the world, that issues of climate change really impacting the realization of a number of socioeconomic rights, including the right to have access to adequate food. And in that regard, we can actually agree, and we have seen in the past two presentations that have been done, that it is also hindering the attainment of a number of SDGs, especially those that are related to the right to have access to sufficient food, including goals related to zero hunger, which is goal number 2, poverty alleviation, goal number 1, and of course the right to have access to health, and in goal number 3, as it were. And we are told that if perhaps there are no mitigating factors that are put in place, including the legal framework, it will cost more than 100 billion a year, in loss and damage. An estimate that includes the cost of rising sea levels, high temperatures, crop losses, and fresh water shortages, etc., due to, of course, some of these issues. But this is just an introduction, and maybe just to put a perspective, again, to say, if you hear a person denying that, climate change exists, they're actually committing violence, at least in my own world. And because the right to food is directly impacted by, what is currently happening in the world. And because feeding the hungry is an investment, that is channeled towards global peace and security. So just a brief overview as to some of the laws that we're going to refer to. We're going to, of course, to refer to the UDHR, which is sort of a foundation as to, a number of fundamental human rights, including the right to have access to